In this video, I am going to talk about pestle analysis. Pestle analysis is a very popular analytical framework which management scholars, management students will talk about. We try to do the pestle analysis due to several reasons, and first reason is to understand what all things, what all factors are going to govern the organizational functioning, are going to govern the products or services which I am going to manage. So, as a business management student, I may think that immediately this analysis is not going to help me, because when I join the company, I may not require it, while another student may feel that if he is joining consulting firm or strategic roles are there, then immediate requirement may be there for using it. Whatever the case may be, whatever the context may be, the things which we try to cover in business schools are not only those things which one is going to definitely use either during summer training or spring training, or the training which is happening when the program industry training which is happening in between the program duration. What is expected that when we are going to do this analysis or this analytical framework will give us a lens which is always going to help me when I am thinking about anything success or failure in the organization. Like pandemic has seen, so many products have come in the domain of personal hygiene. So one may think what all political factors might have determined it, what all economic factors might have led to growth of it. Similarly, social, technological, environmental and legal we can think of. And when we are analyzing these factors, we need to analyze the factors at two levels. First is in distant sense, that means if electoral politics is there and political parties are going to change their roles, then it is going to impact all the organization. So these are the factors which are going to apply equally to all the players. Like consider the growth of hand wash or sanitizer which have which have happened in the last 1 year. So there one may raise the question, if the government gets changed, their political orientation gets changed, whether it will have any impact on the growth of hand wash. So one will be understanding of its impact on hand wash category, another one will be if analyzing from one particular company's perspective or one particular brand's perspective, be it Lifebuoy or be it Dettol or anything for that matter. So when we are analyzing the political factors, then organizational affiliations will be there, which we call as role of pressure groups, bodies through CIA, etc. Companies try to formulate, they form consortium, and together various industry practitioners come forward, and then idea is to sensitize the governments. Idea is also to communicate that what is what is important for this business, what is not so important for the business. So the government which is going to be more sensitive towards the self protection model, that means as a citizen we are supposed to adopt it. They will be aggressively, we are supposed to adopt the usage of hand wash. They will be aggressively promoting the idea of self protection. That means now the first wave of pandemic, second wave of pandemic, and third wave of pandemic might have emerged from the analysis of history. Epidemiological analysis might have resulted into that, but we all know that those peaks and troughs of waves of pandemic are never going to be same. What matters over there is citizens' behavior, which we are often going to call as users' behavior or customers' behavior or consumers' behavior. So those governments who believe more into self locus of control will try to communicate in much more forceful manner that citizens' behavior become more important, and in that case growth of this category, hand wash category or sanitizer category is going to be very high. Similarly, economic factors will be there which are going to determine the growth of hand wash. So government's economic policy needs to ensure that during pandemic times, what all can be done to increase the purchasing power of citizens. So the economist will be debating that if you are going to pump money into the market, whether any inflation is going to be there, and similar things are going to get analyzed. But the point over here is that economic policy, specific policy which we just referred to, is related to the handling of purchasing power, handling of supply of money in the market, and controlling the inflation. Similarly, social factors will be there. Like in pandemic, we have seen states have behaved differently. So in some of the states we see that more responsible citizenship response has come. I will give you one example from Odisha only. So There, when people were going for vaccination, many a times it was seen that citizens came forward and queue was maintained. And that discipline related behavior we may not see, we might not have seen in some other state. So that means our reality is social and we behave differently because different kinds of social expectations are there, social norms are there, and since they are going to govern the behavior of consumers, it's going to impact the overall consumption of the category. And of course, they will have different preferences which will get manifested in the acceptance of various brands. Then technological factors will be there, handling of technology will be there, up to what extent technology is changing in the environment, and up to what extent as a firm, as an organization, how can we adopt it. So more of artificial intelligence and robotics we can use in this case for the communication of the idea of self protection of citizens, where responsible behavior in pandemic times is promoted. Greater advantage of technological factors we will be able to have. Very often it is said that technology is what we make out of it. So technology per se is going to be value neutral. So our understanding of it, our usage of it is going to be very, very important, and there other factors will be coming into action, be it political, economic or social. And of course environmental factors will be there in different geographies. When we are talking about COVID-19 pandemic and coronavirus strain, then geographical factors we are talking about, humidity we are talking about. So all these things will result into different kind of infection, and it will not only infection time gets determined, like when overall country is talking about third wave, Odisha is one of those states where still the second wave seems to be going on. So there might be certain reasons related to geography, or it might be social, cultural in nature, which might have resulted into this. Cultural factors, like whenever religious festivals are going to be there, then we become over cautious that it should not result into higher penetration of pandemic. And all these things are very, very important when we are talking about the usage of hand sanitizer or hand wash. So legal factors will be there. So there might be countries where requirements related to sensitivity of the chemical used may be stronger. In Indian setting, those legal requirements are not that much stringent, but wherever those requirements, the regulations are stronger. So before sanitizer or hand wash is being used, more regulatory bodies will be coming into the picture, whether it is going to impact our body in any negative manner. So here I end this video